What would you do if the power grid went down and never came back on? No warning, no explanation, just darkness. You walk to the sink, nothing. Your phone's dead. Gas pumps, offline. Stores, looted. Police, gone. The lights didn't flicker back on in a few hours like last time. This isn't temporary. This is collapse. And you're standing in your living room with no plan, no backup, and no idea what comes next. It sounds extreme, right? But is it? The U.S. power grid gets hit with over 500 significant outages every year. Cyberattacks, transformer failures, heat waves, winter storms, solar flares. A single electromagnetic pulse, EMP, could fry half the nation's electronics in under 60 seconds. And let's not even get started on rogue state hacking, outdated infrastructure, or rolling blackouts becoming the new normal. If the grid falls today, you've got maybe 72 hours before chaos spreads. After that, it's every man, woman, and family for themselves. The average home has less than 3 days' worth of food, no stored water, and zero backup power. Hospitals go dark, ATMs shut down, cell towers go silent. Civilization gets real thin real fast. But here's the deal. You don't have to go down with it. This video is your checklist for survival. Not theory, not fantasy, reality. We're breaking down the 8 critical items that will keep you safe, fed, hydrated, warm, connected, and alive when the lights go out and the world stops pretending to function. You can't rely on hope. Hope is not a plan. And when the power fails, only one question matters. Did you prepare, or did you just assume someone else would save you? Let's find out. Number 8. Long-term food supply. Non-perishables. You're not going to outlast the grid if your pantry looks like a sad vending machine. When the power's out for 90-plus days, you can kiss your fridge goodbye and say a prayer for the microwave. You'll need food that doesn't spoil, doesn't require power, and delivers hardcore calories with every bite. Enter the shelf-stable MVPs, freeze-dried meals, canned goods, bulk grains, and emergency meal buckets. Freeze-dried kits, like Mountain House and ReadyWise, give you 25-year shelf lives. That's longer than most marriages. These aren't sad, bland meals either. Chili mac, stroganoff, scrambled eggs. Just add water, hot or cold. 110 can yields days of food. Stock up like a war is coming, because it might. You'll want 2,000 calories a day minimum to avoid prepper fatigue, and more if you're doing physical labor. Pasta, oats, and rice? Dirt cheap, easy to cook, and incredibly filling. Vacuum seal them with oxygen absorbers, and they'll last decades. Add in canned meat, tuna, chicken, Spam, vegetables, beans, and peanut butter. That jar of Skippy just became tactical fuel. Pro tip, buy manual can openers and Mylar bag kits. If you're planning to wing it with granola bars and vibes, let me remind you, society can collapse a lot faster than you think. Food is not optional, it's survival currency. Number 7. Water storage and purification. You can live 30 days without food. You won't last 3 without water. When the grid fails, the water stops flowing. Faucets go dry, toilets don't flush. That just turn it on convenience, gone. You need water, and you need a lot of it. Minimum 1 gallon per person per day. That's 90 gallons for one adult, 360 gallons for a family of 4. You need to store it smart. 55-gallon drums with food-grade liners, stackable jugs, or 7-gallon aquatainers tucked in your basement. Then comes filtration, because unless you want Giardia as a roommate, you'll be drinking lake, stream, or rainwater. Life Straw, Sawyer Squeeze, or gravity-fed Berkey filters are your best friends. Each one filters hundreds or thousands of gallons, removing bacteria, protozoa, and microplastics. Add purification tabs, aqua tabs, or potable aqua as a second layer of safety, especially if viruses are in play. Boiling? Great, if you have fuel and time. Collapsible water containers help you haul from rain barrels or creeks, and don't underestimate the power of a few well-positioned tarps to collect rainwater. In a true blackout, water becomes more valuable than gasoline. Forget gold, a 5-gallon jug might just be your new retirement plan. Plan ahead or get thirsty permanently. Number 6. Solar generator or battery bank. Lights off, chargers dead, and your phone is now just a shiny brick with photos of better times. Grid failure doesn't just mean darkness, it means silence. No news, no GPS, no communication. That's where solar power turns you from helpless to high-tech caveman. A solar generator is your off-grid command center. Brands like Jackery, EcoFlow, and Bluetti produce sleek, silent power stations that can run fans, lights, radios, even a CPAP machine. Pair them with foldable solar panels, and you've got an endless loop of electricity as long as the sun rises. Forget gas generators. They're loud, they need fuel you don't have, and they attract desperate neighbors like moths to a crime scene. Solar is clean, quiet, and can be hidden inside your home. Power banks with solar panels are the budget version, but still clutch. They charge phones, radios, and USB lights for days. Bonus, some have built-in flashlights and wireless charging. Pro tip, keep a kit with every charging cable known to man. USB-C, Lightning, micro USB, and backup AAA batteries. You won't get another shot when your kid's white noise machine dies and no one has slept in 2 days. Solar isn't luxury, it's a lifeline in a digital blackout. Number 5. Lighting solutions. When the lights go out, your biggest threat isn't zombies, it's broken ankles, busted gear, and total disorientation. Darkness breeds danger. Whether it's navigating a pitch-black stairwell, preparing food at midnight, or calming terrified kids, light isn't optional, it's essential. First on the list, solar lanterns. These sun-loving workhorses charge all day and glow all night, some for up to 12 hours. Hang them, carry them, or let them charge your devices. Many come with USB outputs. Then stock LED flashlights, not those dollar store duds that die in 2 hours. We're talking tactical-grade beams, waterproof, impact-resistant, and bright enough to turn a blackout into a disco. Keep one in every room and car. And headlamps, total game-changers. You haven't lived until you're cooking soup, repairing a tarp, and swatting mosquitoes all hands-free like a light-crowned survival god. Crank-powered lights are your emergency backups. No sun, no batteries, no problem. Just spin and shine. And yes, glow sticks, not just for raves anymore. Use them to mark paths, signal others, or provide low-key light in sleeping areas. Light equals control. Light equals safety. Without it, you're fumbling through danger with a target on your back. So unless you plan to live like a cave troll, make sure your world stays lit. Number 4. Multi-tool and manual tools. The lights are out, your faucet's dry, and your front door hinge just popped like it's had enough of society too. You're in the dark, literally and metaphorically, and now it's you versus entropy. That's where tools come in, not apps, not tutorials, but real cold steel solutions. The multi-tool is your survival Swiss Army nuke. One compact Leatherman or Gerber packs pliers, screwdrivers, blades, scissors, can openers, wire cutters, files, even tiny saws. More tools than a YouTube DIYer's garage. These are the pocket-sized problem solvers that turn chaos into control. When the plumbing goes sideways, or the tarp needs rigging, or your solar panel cable snaps, boom, one tool, 50 fixes. But don't stop there. Manual tools are your new best friends. Got a hatchet or folding saw? You're chopping wood, clearing brush, maybe even defending your perimeter if things go full Mad Max. No electricity means no power drills or electric screwdrivers, which means hammers, wrenches, and handsaws are back in style, Retro Apocalypse Edition. And for the love of prepping, don't forget a manual can opener. You could have a throne of canned chili and starve without this tiny champion. Electric openers? Dead weight. Rusty dollar store specials? Throw them out. Get a smooth-turning, high-leverage beast that never jams. And now the sleeper hit, the hand-crank emergency radio. Think of it as the last thread connecting you to civilization. NOAA weather alerts, government broadcasts, maybe even news of evacuation zones or supply drops. Some models charge your phone double as a flashlight and run on solar when you're too tired to crank. When the power's out and the grid is dead, these tools aren't luxuries, they're how you build, fix, and fight back. No batteries? No problem. With the right manual tools, you're not just surviving, you're rebuilding your own post-grid reality. Number 3. Hygiene and sanitation supplies. Let's talk filth. Because after 72 hours without power, your home isn't just dark, it's turning into a biohazard. Welcome to the part no one wants to think about but absolutely must. When toilets stop flushing and hot showers become mythological, your survival plan better include a strategy to stay clean, kill germs, and manage waste, or you'll be trading comfort for contagion in a hurry. We're not just talking about smelling bad. We're talking bacteria, viruses, parasites, and skin infections, turning your safe space into a microbial minefield. Start with wet wipes, the single most glorious invention in grid-down hygiene. These pocket-sized showers wipe down your whole body, scrub your hands, clean minor wounds, and maintain some form of dignity when there's no water to be found. Next, hand sanitizer. Get the good stuff, 60% plus alcohol, unscented, and hoard it like it's post-2020 again. Every doorknob, every surface, every trip to the makeshift latrine, sanitize every single time. Then comes the unglamorous but life-saving piece, waste management. Trash bags, heavy-duty, contractor-grade. You'll use them for garbage, human waste, and emergency containment when toilets back up and sewers stop flowing. Line a 5-gallon bucket with a double bag system and some absorbent kitty litter or gel packs, and boom, you've got a functioning off-grid toilet. Feeling fancy? Portable camp toilets exist. Invest if you can. Toothpaste, toothbrushes, feminine hygiene products, soap, dry shampoo, baking soda, and portable bidets, these aren't luxuries. They're disease deterrents. Mouth infections, UTIs, and skin conditions don't care that society collapsed. They'll still knock you down when help isn't coming. Stock reusable menstrual supplies like cloth pads or a menstrual cup to stretch your inventory longer. And always have bar soap. Antibacterial is great, but even basic Castile soap keeps you alive. Bottom line, bad hygiene kills faster than most people realize. In WWI, more soldiers died from infection and disease than from actual combat. Don't let your living room become a petri dish. Stay clean, stay smart, and turn your blackout shelter into a sanitation stronghold. Because in a grid-down world, cleanliness isn't optional, it's survival armor. Number 2, warmth and shelter supplies. No power, no heat. No heat, no mercy. Because when the grid goes down and the cold sets in, whether it's a winter storm, polar vortex, or a freak blackout during shoulder season, exposure becomes your one silent killer. Hypothermia doesn't need a blizzard. It just needs a wet shirt and a breeze. You can have 200 cans of chili, a solar generator, and tactical lights bright enough to signal aliens. But if you're shivering uncontrollably, your body is burning calories just to stay alive, and eventually it loses that fight. Let's start with the MVP, Mylar emergency blankets. These ultra-light, foil-like lifesavers reflect 90% of your body heat and fold down to the size of a wallet. They're cheap, weigh almost nothing, and should be in every bug-out bag, glove box, and nightstand. But don't stop there. Cold-rated sleeping bags are your real sleep system, not just a cozy sack. We're talking bags rated for 20 FF or lower, built for high-altitude mountaineering or Arctic expeditions. Pair one with a Mylar liner or bivy sack, and you've got a survival-grade cocoon that'll keep you breathing through the frost. Now the unsung heroes, hand warmers and foot warmers. Pop one in each boot or glove and get 8-12 hours of safe, flameless heat. When your fingers stop working, you're done. No gear, no tools, no fire making. These warmers literally buy you hours of dexterity and comfort. Add wool socks, thermal underwear, insulated gloves, fleece neck gaiters, and a beanie that covers your ears, because heat loss through your head is real and relentless. What about shelter? If your home becomes uninhabitable, fire, flooding, looting, you need backup. A 4-season tent gives you wind resistance, insulation, and protection. Even a quality tarp system with paracord can create a life-saving shelter with the right knots. Bonus, throw in a heavy-duty sleeping pad or foam mat, because sleeping directly on the cold ground, that's a one-way ticket to hypothermia, even in a mild climate. And layer up smart. Cotton kills, it holds moisture and steals heat. Go with wool, fleece, and synthetics that wick sweat and insulate even when wet. Staying dry is survival. Every raindrop or snowflake that soaks through your clothes is like watching your core temperature fall a degree at a time. Shelter and warmth aren't just comforts. They are the barrier between life and death when Mother Nature decides to flex. You won't care about food, lights, or radios if your body temperature drops below 95 F time. This isn't camping. This is cold warfare. Prep like it. Number 1. First aid kit and critical medications. When help isn't coming, you are the hospital. When the grid fails, and 911 rings into silence, when pharmacies are looted or shuttered, and ambulances become distant memories, you'd better have more than a Band-Aid and wishful thinking. Your first aid kit is no longer a backup plan, it's your frontline defense against infection, injury, illness, and death. Let's start with the base. You need a real first aid kit, not a glorified box of Hello Kitty bandages. That means trauma shears, pressure bandages, sterile gauze and medical tape, antiseptic wipes and triple antibiotic ointment, nitrile gloves, infection control survival, digital thermometer, burn gel, hydrocortisone cream and anti-itch lotion, electrolyte tabs for rehydration, tweezers, safety pins, alcohol pads, and superglue. Yes, superglue for closing small lacerations in a pinch. Now add the over-the-counter meds that will disappear first in a crisis. Ibuprofen and acetaminophen, pain, fever, inflammation, diphenhydramine, Benadryl for allergies or anaphylaxis backup, loperamide, Imodium for diarrhea, dehydration kills, antacids, stress ulcers, Dramamine, motion sickness, nausea. But here's the true top-tier prep, prescription medications. Do you or your family rely on insulin, blood pressure meds, asthma inhalers, thyroid pills, antidepressants? Get extras now. Ask your doctor for a 90-day supply or research emergency refill programs like the Emergency Prescription Assistance Program (APAP), When pharmacies are dark, nothing else matters if your body shuts down from withdrawal, blood sugar spikes, or uncontrolled hypertension. Then go next level. Pack a basic medical manual like Where There Is No Doctor, or download an offline medical app like First Aid by Red Cross or St. John Ambulance. In a crisis, knowledge can be anesthesia. You'll need to know how to splint fractures, suture wounds, perform CPR, treat shock, even recognize sepsis. Final bonus, consider antibiotics. Fish antibiotics like amoxicillin and ciprofloxacin, same chemical as human versions, are controversial, but could be life-saving if real medical access is gone. You decide the risk, but knowledge is power, and so is preparedness. Because when SHTF and it's just you and your gear, you're the EMT, you're the pharmacist, you're the surgeon. So build that kit like your life depends on it, because it does.